All right. So whoever is listening in, this is the first Spark session, broadcasting from Austin, Texas. And we're just waiting for our guest to join us, Jason Diggs. So I'm messaging him now. If I can figure out how this works. Here we go. This will be Technological Difficulties Hour. I feel appropriately awkward right now. But nobody's here, so that's okay. Computer. Seems like having a little bit of, there we go.
All right. I had to use Chrome instead of Safari.
Hey!
Yay.
Awesome.
You got a haircut.
I did. Do you like it?
I like it.
It's me being late on the call. Improper time management skills. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really good. Yeah, just like living the adventurer's life here in Boulder. There's so much. There's so much to do. Last night I danced my ass off at a dance event and connecting with people all the time. Just, yeah, loving life.
Sweet. I feel a little envious even imagining the kinds of dance parties that probably go on in Boulder.
Yeah. Well, you could always come and visit for an extended time like you did a couple years ago.
Don't think I'm not thinking of it. I've been craving Boulder time lately. But,
How are you?
I'm good right now. I'm amused at being late and having technical difficulties on my own call. Yeah, and I'm really good. We had an awesome circling class last night, so I'm still riding the wave.
Mm-hmm. So where do you want to start this conversation? Where do you want to jump into?
I liked your idea of playing the audio recording that we made as a start, just to like get our brains spinning. And I'm not entirely sure how that will work. Like if playing that over the computer will broadcast it. So I might play it off my phone.
Yeah, that's tricky. You'd have to try it, and I don't think it necessarily would if you just played it off the computer.
Yeah. Technology is not the reason that I do authentic relating. Um, and I'm curious if you had any thoughts for things that you wanted to nerd out on, things that have been running through your brain.
Well, what's been running through my brain is just to nearly everyone everywhere. That can be applied to a lot of different types of life situations, and therefore it's like, those of us who have trained in this modality, whether it's for a month or a year or several years, it's like we have this ultimate tool or Jedi skill that we can actually give to other people.
Mm-hmm.
And they can use it to create more meaning in their lives. And so that's my passion is the translation of circling to everyday life for whatever people want to use it for. And I say circling, maybe authentic relating is the better term there. But it seems like a certain percentage of people kind of catch the bug. They catch the wave. They catch the feeling of authentic relating and get really hooked on it and go really deep with it. And I think that's because we're still in the development phase for this art form. Now, like you and Integral Center and Guy and Alexis and John and Sean, it's like, and others, there's all these streams that are kind of moving forward and really experimenting with what this modality is. What are we actually doing? And so from my perspective, it seems like we need to have a coming out party. We need to be like, okay, we've been in development for years, and now's the time to actually translate it to our larger culture. Because I personally have the belief, in the integral scene, we have this idea about being at the cutting edge, like, oh, we're at the cutting edge of evolution. My belief is that the cutting edge of evolution is like set current culture as it is and transforming it for good. And I think circling and authentic relating has that potential. And I don't think it's manifested yet. I think it's still just a potential.
Yeah. Something I've been thinking about lately, I was talking to David Bolt, who's the leader of the North Carolina part of their communities, about this the other day, about it's like there's kind of an in-group and then a wider culture around circling and authentic relating. So there's those of us who know what it is and how it works and translating to this crowd. And then there's the wider culture where even using any sort of in-term like circling or authentic relating might actually be of detriment. So then there's like, how do we get to the deeper cut of what we're doing and how to translate that in such a way that people don't have to learn any new terms and it meets them right where they're at and at the pain points they're actually having.
Mm.
But then it also seems like there needs to be something available for the large numbers of people that are already in this community and that are craving ways to bring the skills that they've experienced into their lives, which is, the integral bent of people who are at one level of development or green mean, like needing a certain like frame of language and translation at that level. And then I'm wondering if there's ways to segment the audience rather than assuming that one video is going to reach everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you and I have talked about videos. I mean, that's media is a amazingly impactful way to reach people. YouTube is kind of like media democratization. It's like anyone can publish a YouTube channel now.
Mm-hmm.
And some people do and get millions of hits on their YouTube channel.
So here's the question, like, if we were to make videos that are based on like the core tenets of authentic relating and the reason that they're even interesting or important for the general public, what would those videos look like?
That's a really good question. Um, say that one more time. If we were to make videos that aligned with the four intentions of authentic relating, what
Yeah.
would those videos look like?
But not only that, like I imagine that in order to get the general public interested,
Mm-hmm.
you have to interest them from an issue that they're already having or something they're already craving and looking for. Like, why do people come to authentic relating in the first place? You know, for a desire to connect with other people, which could be grounded in loneliness or a feeling that more is possible in connection. Maybe people that are going through transitions in their lives. Like we get a lot of people that have recently moved to Austin or have had a change in their relationship and are looking for new friendships. Uh, People who have difficulty communicating with different groups. Like, for instance, I can communicate great with my friends, but when it comes to my family, like, all bets are off,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a pain point. So it's like, what are people looking to get out of what we're offering, like these communication and connection tools, or even the sides of authentic relating that have to do with deep self-awareness, and to me, like finding pleasure in every moment,
Mm.
expecting pleasure in every moment.
Mm. Yeah, I'm just letting all of that land because what you're doing is you're really talking about who are these people and what are the concerns that they don't even necessarily share with the people that are closest to them. You know, it's like when they're home alone or before they go to bed, they might be thinking about this thing like how to I know more is possible and I don't know how to do it, or like it's like now that I'm out of college, like I don't really know how to create a new group of friends. It's not automatically given that I have this dynamic social experience. I don't, and I want this dynamic social experience. And so how do I create it? Like people are having these private thoughts to, in going throughout their day, and who knows if they're even talking about it with other people. They might feel like they're the only one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just part of their dissatisfaction. That's the normal egoic thing of like always finding something to grow into and something new to do.
Yeah, it's reminding me of two things. One is Mike Krostowski made a beautiful post today about like money consciousness and how even entrepreneur he feels a lot of like worry about money and prosperity, and it's like that moment of oh shit, like that thing has been going through my head, like that worry, and it's something that I felt like oh, nobody else is going to share this, or if I say this I'm going to be judged for it. So there's like a level of getting to share honesty and connection.
Mm-hmm.
um, and if I were home alone and worrying about what truth I can share, and feeling lonely, just thinking about videos, like, and I were to look up YouTube videos, I probably wouldn't want a video that says what is authentic relating. I would more want something that directly addresses the issues.
Yeah. So you and I have started a project along these lines, kind of our first attempt at it. And so I came to Austin, and I actually have a plan to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it on my phone,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's going to come out my bigger speakers, and then hopefully get picked up on my laptop, which is
Smart.
and I think that should work better. Um, and so, yeah, I came down to Austin in August, and we filmed a bunch of videos, and some of those are, training videos and a little bit of marketing videos for you and your business. And then we had this other idea of like, what if we did like a 2-minute film? And what would the script be, the kind of the draw? And that's as far as we've gotten, is just coming up with the script and recording the audio voiceover. We haven't done any video for it yet. And so if people are watching this hangout, you know, maybe they can think about what visuals come to mind when they hear this, and let us know so that we can co-create this together. And yeah, this audio is about 2 minutes long, so we'll just play it and listen.
What if you aren't broken? What if nothing about you is wrong? You are at the center of a massive conspiracy that's been building all your life. Your parents are in on it. Your teachers, your friends. Everything up until now has conspired to make you feel incomplete. You should be more like your peers, your siblings, your boss, more accomplished, more athletic, just more. And that makes you less. Not okay. Not enough. In a culture where you are constantly evaluated by your accomplishments and achievements, it's hard to be true to yourself. But what if your greatest strength is exactly who you are? This is your wake-up call. And you're perfect whether or not you listen. If you want to change your life, you can start by accepting yourself. And you don't have to do it alone. We are thousands of men and women across the world building an authentic revolution. We meet in bars, community centers, churches, and living rooms to practice a kind of connection that anybody can access and anybody can use. We are waking up to ourselves through the force of human connection. Are you one of us?
I feel cool every time I listen to that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It feels genuine too. It's like, you know, are you one of us? It's just very inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, are you concerned with the same trends in our society that we're concerned with? You know, are you looking at the bigger picture and your own life and having some of the same worries and doubts, but also hopes and like feelings of potential that we are?
That's actually a cool point, because like when I was thinking about this, I was thinking about what do people directly need in their lives. But there's also a way that I like the idea of it tapping into a larger movement and a larger desire for society. Like not only what do I want, but what do I want the world to be?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people thinking at that level, you know, and it's like they don't necessarily have the leverage, you know, to do that. They have to worry about their own lives, you know, they have to kind of manage their own careers and social events, and like mostly what they're doing is managing their own lives. But I know for me, and I know there's a lot of people like us, when I have time to contemplate, like I'm thinking about the larger whole.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I'm doing research or reading books or looking at authors and teachers, like I'm wanting to find people who address like what's going on with humanity right now. What's the potential when we begin to grow up and mature, and what do we have to take care of as a collective?
Something that's really hitting me right now is a sense of excitement at the idea of an authentic revolution and the possibility of media as being crowdsourced. So like you and I have the ability to create some pretty high quality videos to um, which definitely has an appeal, but also what would it be like to create videos that have a call to action and then have people take up that call? Like maybe that call is to have a certain type of interaction with people during the month, or to create certain things like, you know, appreciating strangers, random acts of kindness, sharing something with people that they have felt scared to share, sending a message they've been putting off, whatever it is, and then record what happens and post that on a YouTube channel. So what if each of the videos that we create act as a launch pad for a movement?
I think that's something we've just begun to talk about. What would an authentic revolution YouTube channel look like? You know, and it has to be more than like, you know, a lot of YouTube channels are like one single charismatic personality who's kind of giving information about a topic. But those people are, you know, which ones to publish when or whatnot. But like, you know, or like you're saying, each video is kind of
You are breaking up a little bit. I'm going to turn the bandwidth down so I can hear you better. You're still frozen and kind of coming through like an old 70s style interpreter machine. We might want to focus on like saving the internet first and then saving the world. It's still kind of garbled. I'm not really sure what's up with it. Is it okay on your end? So hopefully Jason will tune back in. I'm not sure how the connection issues are working on the recording. Let's see. I guess while we're waiting, I'll summarize like some of what we've been talking about so far. So Jason came to town and recorded video with me, and he and I have been batting on this idea of an authentic revolution. And my thought is that there's kind of two different audiences. There's the people that know about authentic relating and are involved in it or circling, and want to feel more part of that audience and that world, and might want more depth and more connection with that community. And then there are people that just have pain points in their life. They're lonely, they're disconnected, they're wanting more, you know, they have difficulty being honest with their family, they're having relationship issues, whatever it is. And how do we create something that will access and involve those people? And how do we not just make it passively consumed, which is one idea, is to have, you know, like Jason was saying, a personality that people tune into, but maybe make it something where people actually feel empowered to go and start using this directly in their own lives, which is, to me, what authentic relating is all about. It's not about watching somebody up at the front of the room. It's about taking an idea on and trying it out. It's kind of destroying the guru culture. one of my favorite games is the guru game, where each person gets to take a chance in a group being the guru, and everyone asks them questions and they answer it as if they're the guru.
I'm back.
Hey!
Hey!
That was good. I was just summarizing some of what we talked about so far.
Great. Yeah, I think I had a dramatic slowdown in the internet connection here at the Integral Center.
Ah, we'll just blame it on the Integral Center.
Okay.
That.
All right, I think we're doing better now.
Okay.
So you summarized what we were talking about, and you know what I want to say is just like, I think when you're talking about creative projects and you know, online revolutions and all this stuff, it's like you need a small army to pull this off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not just me and you. And so, you know, hopefully if there's a handful of people or more watching this call with us, that they'll be able to lend their ideas or just their encouragement or like really get involved with what we're trying to do. And you know, if there's energy behind it, you know, I think both you and I, we're passionate about this, so we're going to put time and energy into creating these things. And you know, I'm excited for that little film, that 2-minute film, and what that might spark in people.
Yeah, what's really coming up to me is that between you and I think we're both the same sort of personality of like cannons full of energy that can launch as soon as we have a target. And I think we've both been in this place of like, oh, we're excited and we can do this, but we don't quite know where to aim.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we create videos, it's a lot of work to make them.
Mm-hmm.
And so we want to be sure that what we create is actually going to be what's of most use. And in my mind, there's been this process of almost waiting and trying to figure out, like, what sort of videos can we make that don't just kind of plummet into the blue, but help authentic relating really move forward. And to me, it's not necessarily like videos for an information product or for my company or your company. It's actually like a way to spark this, more people getting involved in this.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for doing these Spark sessions. You know, this is a new project of yours. You know, just talking with people about what they're inspired about, and yeah, thanks for having me here.
Hell yeah, I'm super appreciative that you're on this call, and it's given me some ideas. I think what I want to do next is just like ask people actually if they were to see videos about authentic relating and the ideas behind it, what would they want to see? And with this idea that we kind of started playing around with at the end, if we were to create videos that were challenges or like incorporated challenges to people,
Mm-hmm.
I know that in my community a lot of people have started taking authentic relating beyond the games nights and into their lives. And I'm curious what sort of challenges they've set themselves and would like to see shared.
Yeah, that sounds great. And yeah, it's just a pleasure to talk to you. I always feel like energized and lit up and ready to make a dent in our cultural milieu, if you will. Like there's a lot of work to be done to make this a more conscious and loving place that we live. This place called Earth. So.
Before we close, actually, that has me curious. Like, if you were to see one thing change in the milieu, what would that be? Speaking of which, that's a great word.
I was to see one thing changed. I think that would be, you know, the purpose of higher education. The purpose of higher education would actually be higher. It would be to develop a person in their natural talents, like what gifts they have been given, rather than trying to prepare someone for this future career that is going to make them enough money to buy a house in the suburbs. Because I don't think that works anyway. I mean, a bachelor's degree doesn't really mean much in this economy. So the old paradigm has already failed. We don't really have much to lose, you know. But to really have young people wake up to themselves and their own juice. You know, there's a quote, I forget who it's by, but it's like, follow your passion and do what makes you come alive, because what the world really needs is people who are alive. Right?
Yeah.
The world doesn't need, you know, millions of people who are able to afford, you know, a mortgage. It already has that. So that would be my wish, or my, yeah, if we could make one dent, I would say it would be like getting everybody from age, you know, 18 to 25 in alignment with actually developing themselves in this integral or holistic way.
I just feel immense happiness hearing that, because I'm reminded that that's why I got into authentic relating in the first place, was being in college and feeling like there was no room for me to be myself, and then finding a way of being in a modality that didn't ask me to be anything different, and how much creativity and energy that unlocked in me.
Yeah, you're a good test case for that.
It's true. Yeah, something I'll bookmark before getting off the call is we may start doing some authentic relating work with high schoolers.
Sweet.
That I'm stoked for, as also a test case to see what's possible in bringing like empathy and self-acceptance, especially at those levels where I think a lot of kids are defining themselves by their environment rather than by who they are. Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited about the work you're doing in the world, and always wanting to support your initiatives and projects and be a part as well.
Thanks. Let's get you back to Austin soon so we can blast this off.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Ciao.
Ciao. See ya.